So we're back here at IMS San Francisco at the Fort Mason. I'm with Mia from Integrated Device Technologies, one of the many people that's been part of the community that we're building about IMS. So what do you think? What was IMS like for you and for your business?
It was really fantastic because we're just getting into some of the new email marketing or some of the newer channels for marketing. And for me, it was a real eye-opener to see all the tools that are available. You know, you understand from a marketing perspective that content is really important, but all the tools that are out there, whereas it was just kind of mind-blowing and what you could do with them. And you know, some of the best practices that we just didn't know about were talked about. We were able to discuss it in a smaller, intimate group. It was extremely educational.
So a lot of times people think about like the social, the mobile, it's a consumer thing, right? But you guys are in the semiconductor space. It's hardcore business to business, technologists, engineers. How does what you've learned, I guess, here relate to that? I assume it does, but how is it different from some of the consumer examples? Were there enough of that sort of business examples to sort of keep you going?
Yeah, absolutely. There was enough business examples, and it was ultimately it comes down to something that kept recurring throughout the seminar, which was the summit, which was that content is king. And if you have an important story to tell, it doesn't matter if you're a consumer or a business to business. And we have a fantastic story to tell at IDT, and therefore, you know, just being able to figure out how to get it out there was the most important thing. So everything that anybody said was applicable.
So what would be one, I guess, surprising thing that you heard in terms of the event over the last 2 days? Something that you didn't expect when you came in, but then you're leaving now with some piece of information or somebody who you really liked as a speaker. I'm putting you on the spot here. What do you think? What surprised you?
Okay, so I kind of have to, I'm not easily surprised, and so, because I've been in the marketing business for a while, but one of the things that I took away was the notion of not failing the same way twice, and the reason that was something that resonated with me is that sometimes we're all extremely afraid to fail at all, and therefore you're not ever doing anything. And so it resonated with me in the situation that we're in right now, going from very traditional channels to moving into something a little bit more new, and because in order to do something, you're going to have to fail, and I'm thinking, wow, you know, I really want to fail big, but never in the same way twice.
So that's a good lesson for all of us, right? I mean, we're learning that at IMS. I mean, if you don't try and you don't have some experiences, you know, you're not going to learn a whole lot. You can learn some of those things as, you know, probably more from your failures than from your successes. So.
Yeah, it tends to stick in your brain, yeah. But
so that's one of the lessons, speaking of failing, that we'll take away from IMS. She's Mia from IDT. This is Allen Bonde from the Pulse Network, coming from IMS San Francisco.